Hello peeps, and welcome to Sundays with Sparky. How is it going, my friends? How is it going? It's going to be a bit quicker one this week than we normally do because there's not as much to talk about. I'm going to talk about videos first. You may have noticed that there wasn't a video on Wednesday this week. That was due to getting to record it late, or later than I would have liked. And then having to cover shifts at work and ended up doing more shifts and more hours at work, which meant I had less time to edit. And because I do quite a lot of collabs with people, sometimes they don't have time, sometimes they have to work longer, and so they don't have time to send me their files, and sometimes I have problems downloading the files, and just basically all of that happened, which is why there was no video on Wednesday, and I felt really bad about not putting out a video on Wednesday. However, this Wednesday coming, there will be a video, and I've put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think it's one of the better ones that I've put out recently, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. I hope you're going to really enjoy it, because I think it's pretty fun. So, we had the Hearthstone podcast on the Monday, and then more Hearthstone with Big Deck Player on the Friday. The podcast is going pretty well. I'm not sure if it's something that I really want to keep doing on a weekly basis. It might be better if we do it on a monthly basis and just make it longer. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Because I feel like that might be too much Hearthstone on the channel with a weekly Hearthstone podcast. So, I don't know. And plus, it means it takes the pressure off the fact that I have to do those with other people as well. Like, Mondays has now become a collaboration. Wednesdays is usually GTA, which is usually a collaboration. So it's only really today and Friday videos that aren't a collab. So that's like 50% of my content is collaborations with other people, which for channels like Yogscast, where most of them are all in the same building together and they all have their computers all synced up to servers and stuff, they can share their video and audio files really easily. It's not an issue. But I'm having to get my video files from people that are miles and miles away, sometimes in other countries. So, yeah, it's not quite as easy for me to do. Speaking of which, the secret, not so secret, GTA project that I've been working on with a bunch of people, I've started the editing on that, and it's ridiculous. I think I've spent about 3.5 hours on it so far, and I've got a very rough cut of the first 10 minutes of the first video. So, yeah. It's fun, but hopefully once the final product, I guess, is there, it will be worth it, and you'll think it's fun and entertaining at least. That's the plan. Yeah, that is the plan. So next week we've got another Hearthstone podcast. This one's kind of interesting because we're discussing some of the new announcements to do with Hearthstone. So make sure if you're interested in Hearthstone that you watch that, because we'll be discussing some of the new cards that have been announced. And I've got to try and edit that after I've finished editing this, which is going to be great fun. No pressure. No pressure. So that'd be good. And then we've got the really good GTA video coming out on Wednesday of next week as well. So stay tuned for that if you're into GTA. Okay, that's the video stuff done. Movie-wise, I've watched 3 movies at home this week. I watched the original 3 Pirates of the Caribbean DVDs because I've been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag. So I was feeling quite piratey, and then I heard that song by Lonely Island with Michael Bolton. This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. And I've had that in my head for like a week. I think that was because I went to I think I went on to Tiny Pixel's stream. Miss Pip was doing a stream, and that happened to come on her stream. I think that's where I got it stuck in my head. It's generally whenever I get a song stuck in my head, it seems to be from one of her streams. So I'm going to blame her for that anyway, even if it wasn't her. Yeah, I kind of felt compelled to watch the Pirates movies. Again, I haven't watched them for ages. I'm not really going to have to talk about them because I think most people have probably seen them by now. And if you haven't, you've probably just been living under a rock or have absolutely no interest in movies or something. And then I went to the cinema and watched Selfless this week with Ben Kingsley and Ryan Reynolds. That was really good, really good. It had like this kind of Limitless kind of feel to it. Limitless is another good film. If you haven't seen that, then you should. I really enjoyed it. It starts off. I'll give you a rough idea of what it's like. I'll just try and give you, not to give you any spoilers though. It starts off with Ben Kingsley, who plays this guy who is incredibly wealthy, kind of like property developer in New York. Hugely successful, and just like money everywhere. Like his apartment is like gold, basically just gold everywhere. Everything has been gilded. It's just horrific. Because it's just all, not my taste at all. But obviously he likes to show off his wealth. So, but he's getting old and he's got cancer, so he knows he's not got very long left. And he hears about this scientist that has his own business, although it's a bit shady and not many people know about it, called shedding, which basically is transferring consciousness from one body to another. So he goes there and he kind of tries to find out about it, and they're like, oh yeah, the bodies are grown in the lab, so there's all like everything's there apart from a consciousness. And he's like, oh wow, that sounds really interesting, that's really good. And the procedure goes ahead, and that's when the movie really takes off. I'm not going to tell you anything more about it, because I would give you spoilers. But it's a really good film. If you like a little bit of sci-fi, or well, if you like any kind of sci-fi really, but if you just like films that have a little bit of sci-fi in, because it is a little bit, because that whole idea of swapping consciousness is a bit of sci-fi. I like it. It was a good film. I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it if you like that kind of thing. I don't think I'm going to the cinema next week. I want to see Southpaw, but I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to go and see it, which is the new Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he's a boxer. A boxer. I am planning on going to see that, but I just don't know when that's going to be. So, yeah, that's it. Bloodstock is coming up for me very soon, which means I'll be away over a weekend. So I will try and get a big deck player done before I go, and have it scheduled to come out on Friday. Because obviously Friday I won't be here to do it. Probably won't get a Sundays with Sparky that week though, because I will be in a field watching bands. So yeah, should you be going to Bloodstock and you happen to watch this video, then obviously come say hi if you see me, because that's cool. I'm always happy to meet people and chat about bands and video games and stuff, so yeah, cool. If you see me and you're there, come say hi. And I don't bite unless you want me to. Ladies. I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I felt really uncomfortable doing that, and as soon as I did it, I was like, not good. Anyway, I'm going to go because I think that's everything that I needed to talk to you about. I've talked about movies and games and stuff, so I'm going to go. I will see you next week. which will be the week before Bloodstock. So I will see you next week, and we'll chat about other things that are going on. Alright, take it easy peeps, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.